Good at killing and whatnot? I suppose. Oh, I'm no good at it. I mean, other than the occasional rat, but I've got a job for you if you're interested. So, there's this Makode girl. Really. This incredible, beautiful, wonderful girl in this tavern, right? Come all the way here from Eorzea, like you and me. So beautiful, this girl, so beautiful. But in this weird, strange place where people are bowing all the time and getting on the ground and tucking their legs under them, a young girl traveling by herself is in danger. Some bad, bad people could trick her and take her and make her do, you know, things. Anyway, get in there and keep her safe. I'll be watching. This seems like a setup. Okay. I'm guessing she was in here. Probably be a good idea to have my pet. There we go. Oh my god. Nashu. Gyoto. Isn't Gyoto... I've seen this gentleman in the Eorzea. You see? Yes, yes. I should be glad to take you to him. You are so kind and helpful. Or catfish, to be precise. Though I care not for the Eorzea. I'm Gyoto, an Amazu. Services I provide are not for free, I'm sorry to say. Oh dear. I spent my last skill on the Freddy Kugane. Is there any way I can convince you to help? Uh-huh. Yeah, Gyoto, you owe me. It isn't Glenn. Come all the way to help little old me. Apparently. You see, when Inspector Hildebrand took to the skies, I said, Nashu, you'd better go, not let him get away this time. And he immediately began looking for ways to head to the east, far east. And you can guess much further east than far east, right? Uh-huh. I was worried I wouldn't be able to find him. But wouldn't you know it? Gyozo, the talking Numanui here, says he knows where he is. Yeah, Gyozo says a lot of things. Careful, careful. This one knows our game. Escaping her wrath is going to take all our skills. Yeah, you're not going to be able to because I don't believe anything you say. You sleazy little fish. I say there's no... 1,000 pardons, my lady, but I had an idea. You're traveling with such esteemed company, forget everything I said about the fee. Uh-huh. Wait, you haven't told me where the inspector is yet. Yeah, he doesn't know. He's a scheming, thieving little catfish. Oh, it's a talking cat. Poor little Nashu. At least she's not falling asleep all the time anymore. I asked lots and lots of other people if they'd seen a gentlemanly Eorzean, but none of them were any help. Oh, Inspector Hildebrand, wherever could you be? Stuck in the crowd or in the side of the building. Like as not. Keep an eye out for the legs. Following his keen inspector's sense and searching for a case. Yeah. Stuck in the ground or in the side of a building, like as not. Keep an eye out for legs. Yes, he does have a habit of landing head first, doesn't he? Hopefully we won't need Lord Godbert's help this time. Ah, that's it. The inspector's always on the hunt for a case. Then all we gotta do is find the biggest, juiciest one we can, and wait for him to appear. Let's go and see what trouble we can turn up, eh? This way. Alright, where the hell did she go? Nashu. Okay. Alright. Question the residents of Kugane. There we go. Okay, Kayusen. Unsolved crimes? It so happens that a number of properties owned by wealthy merchants have been pillaged in the past fortnight. Master Akebono's shop in the Rakuza district was the most recent, as I recall. You may be assured the Sekisagumi will track down the thief in due time. Don't bug me about not pronouncing that right. I'm an American. We mispronounce everything. It's kind of our thing. I had forgotten to do the Hildebrand quest when I finished Stormblood. I'm like halfway through Shadowbringers, and I just remembered it. All right. Conspicuously inconspicuous man, or potato. She should be in her little suit all the time. All right. You got me, Miss Samurai. But before you do anything rash like arrest or torture me in a little bit, I never even got a chance. I'm sorry. And he's going to run away. Oh. And he's bowing, which means he's not from Eorzea. Oh. You're the Eorzean adventurer. I thought you looked familiar. Whew. For a moment there I thought I was done for. Those Sekisagumi don't mess around. I'll cut first and ask questions later, you know? No romance in their hearts. They wouldn't understand. Yeah, you're a potato. So it's not just crimes, but big, incredible crimes you want to know about. Incidents the likes of which send ripples through space, through fate and destiny. It was 5 years ago, or maybe it was last week. I'm not so good with time lately anyway. There I was, walking Ulda's bustling streets, when the sea parts and my eyes meet with those of a maiden most fair. Stole my heart. It was like 2 grains of sand in the desert looking at each other, and one of those grains, knowing that it was destined to spend the rest of its life with the other grain, caused the whole scribe thing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Ever since that day, I've watched over her from afar, a silent guardian. Some might think me mad, or call me a coward for refusing to speak with her. But they're fools. Fools, I say. Trust love is not the product of clumsy banter, but be careful. Years and years of observation, of obsession, until you know better than she knows herself. If you knew Nashu, you'd know that staying away from her was probably the best thing you ever did. She likes bombs. Perhaps when the time is right, I shall reveal myself to her. But until that blessed day, I shall aid her from the shadows, and you, my friend, will aid her in the light. Yeah. Probably the only reason you haven't been blown to tinier little bits, is because you stayed away from her. Hildebrand's only survived her because, well, frankly, he's immortal. I'm fairly certain he's some kind of god. If his father and mother are any indication, anyway. Okay. Amaji. Dastardly doings and purported instances of criminal behavior? This is Kugane, my dear. We've no shortage of that here. But, since you ask, the story on everyone's lips at the Bokesan these days is that of the wealthiest among us and how they're being preyed upon by some sneak thief. Perhaps they should invest in better locks. Obviously got the money. Alright. Now, let's go talk to the cute crazy girl, probably. Yep, going to talk to the cute crazy girl who carries bombs. Ah, there you are. Learn anything interesting? A skilled thief seems to be targeting wealthy merchants. A creepy little bastard who followed you to Kugane says he's been stalking you for 5 years. Oh, you have me on. As if I wouldn't notice. Be serious now. Yes, mistress of the obvious. A skilled thief seems to be targeting the wealthy merchants. Let's give her what she wants. Not much hope. If I don't, she might blow the city up. A series of robberies committed by a mysterious thief? Oh, that's just the thing. Well done. Our next order of business should be to track down this Akebono and ask him about the latest incident. All right, Nashu. Nashu, you're crazy. Uh-huh. He certainly looks like a well-to-do merchant. Oh my God. That fiend, that despicable rapscallion? The nerve of him to make mock of us. My thanks to you, Master Akebono, for all your help. I swear to you on my honor that this sneak thief shall be brought to justice forthwith. And with that, I bid you good day. Uh-oh. Ah, so it is Akebono. Let's go and ask him about the robbery. Uh-huh. Trip him. Well, nothing blow up. Forgive me, my lady. In my haste, I did not see you. Are you all right? Shall I summon a healer? Don't worry. I've taken bigger knocks to the noggin than that. Hey, you aren't one of them samurai, are you? No. What made you think that? Shigur, at your service, my lady. You have my sincerest apologies for this incident. Much as I would like to make amends for my reckless behavior, I fear duty compels me to take my leave. A nefarious criminal is at large, and I must bring him to justice. Uh-huh. Oh, that's all we need. Competition. Well, I'm sure Inspector Hildebrand and his faithful assistants won't lose it to the likes of him. Uh-huh. That merchant must know something important of Shigur to go running off like that. Let's find out what it is. Okay. The guy with the fake mustache. Greetings and salutations, Master Akebono. My name is Nashu, Agent of Inquiries, Extraordinary Inspector, and this is Glenn, who's also got a knack for it. Can you tell me about the recent robberies? Ah, inspectors. I had heard rumors that one such as you were come from the West. You seem an honest sort, so I'll oblige your request. This very morning, one of my assistants found my establishment unlocked, and when he went inside to investigate, he discovered that my most prized possessions had been stolen. To make matters worse, in their place, he found this message. You have just been robbed by the Kugane Wolf Burglar. Wolf Burglar? Surely you've heard about his recent exploits. Similar calling cards were found at the scene of the other robberies. And now I too have become a victim. A series of robberies committed by a thief with a calling card? Oh, there's no way Inspector Hildebrand's going to be able to resist the lure of this case. I thought the two of you were inspectors. But it makes no difference to me. Who catches the criminal? And since the second Segumi seem to be at a loss, you will be generously rewarded for any information that leads to the recovery of my stolen property. I wish you well in your investigation. All right, nice shoot. Ah, well. All we've got to do now is stick with this case. And we'll be reunited with Inspector Hildebrand. I just know it. Mm-hmm. Call it my keen inspector's assistant sense. Anyway, I'm going to try and learn more about the other robberies. If you learn anything interesting, come and find me. Uh-huh. Nashu Mauraka is on the case. Look out, Mr. Wolf Burglar. Your days of wolf burgling are numbered. This Inspector Hildebrand is on the case. It's Inspector Hildebrand. Hey, Inspector, stop messing about and join us. And away we go. See, that's what she should be dressed in all the time. Core! It's been too long since I've had a chance to come up to whip up a batch of Nashu's delights. You be sure about be putting these little darlings to good use next time. Oh God, she's gonna blow the whole city up. Oh bugger! Good thing I've got plenty more stashed away. She's definitely gonna blow the whole city up. Pervert fish. Godbert! So Godbert's made out of beautiful women? I'm confused. All right, you crazy little cat girl. You have no one but yourself or the copy to blame for what comes if you talk to Nashi Mauraka. True. Well, if it isn't Glenn, looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, have I got news for you. So I've been asking after the wolf burglar fellow, the one that left that cheeky note claiming credit, you remember? And it seems he's not quite as sneaky as he thinks he is. Oh, he's robbed plenty of rich merchants blind. I'll grant you that. No doubting it was him either. Never fails to leave a calling card. This one, too proud to leave people wondering for even a moment. But folks have laid eyes on him more than a few times. In fact, after talking to all the eyewitnesses, I had enough information to try and sketch a picture of the devil himself. Oh, God. Not bad for a self-trained artiste, wouldn't you say? Not hearing a lot of support for the sketch. Right then. Back to the drawing board, the metaphorical one that is. Let's you and me seek out the question the rich and famous. Sort of folks the burglar has been targeting. And see if we can't learn something new. I'll head to Kogani Dori. And you can check out the tea house and the hostelry. I'm just wondering when Greg is going to show up. If Greg shows up. Greg doesn't always show up. Of course, they're upstairs. Notice a suspicious lack of cat people in this expansion. Iraqi. Too long it has been since I shared a pipe with an Asian. How fortunate I am. You've no desire for a smoke. Only talk of the wolf burglar, I see. I have no personal experience on which to draw, so I doubt I can be of much assistance. What I know is known to all, but if you insist, he is a lone wolf without comrades, and despite their best efforts, the Sekisugumi has no leads. Some say this has emboldened the man. Each theft is more brazen than the last. He's even been witnessed practicing his trade in broad daylight, if you can believe it. That is the extent of my knowledge. Now, you'll not favor me with tales of your own. I ask that you lead me to my pipe. It's far less demanding company. Whatever, stoner. I'll leave you to your crack pipe. It's your teeth. All right. Okay, this way. Oh, whoops. It's already there. Yakuden. Okay. Ah! That infamous thief? I know of him, for a mercy. He has not seen fit to trouble those of lesser means like me and my associates. Perhaps you thought me wealthy because I patronized the tea house. On the contrary, this is my sole indulgence. Were I a stronger man, I would forego it, but alas, the heart will not be denied. It's a very important investigation, trust me. Preening Pundit. You look familiar, except for the hair. I say! The Kugane wolf burglar? Must you sully my ears with that rapscallion's name, as I attempt to take a moment to relax and take in the fresh air? It's no use, the moment is ruined. I too fell victim to the wolf's villainy, like so many others. Oh, if you had seen the vase before he took it. Ah! If there was any justice in this world, he would be paraded through the streets and boiled alive in Tenkanto. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell Tenkanto is. Despite having been born in Japan, I do not speak Japanese. Nor can I even really pronounce it. Nashu. Tell me about the nothing that you have found. Ah, here you are. Dig up any interesting tidbits? No. Not really, no. So he's getting bolder by the day, is he? Well, if there's anything I've learned from following the inspector around, it's that overconfidence is liable to get you smacked upside your head by your mum and her magic frying pan. For those of you that have not done the Hildebrand quest, she is in fact speaking literally, not figuratively. That said, we'd have a better chance of catching this wolf if we knew who he was eyeing next. Let's go after rich people. Hey, look, there's an inspector. A real inspector. Ah! A thousand pardons, young sir. I did not mean to trample you underfoot. Are you all right? He's a potato. We're used to getting mashed. She's cute. She's not that cute. Hey! Aren't you the samurai I bumped into the other day? Shiggy something, was it? Oh. We meet again, my lady. I say, you must think me in the habit of trampling my fellow pedestrians. Let me assure you, nothing could be further from the truth. I was simply preoccupied with thoughts of my investigation. That's right. You're after the wolf burglar, too. Got any leads? As a matter of fact, I do. But recently learned of a private auction in which many foreign wares were to be featured. While such auctions are not uncommon in Kugane, it has been some time since the wolf last struck, and there are rumors that this auction may include particularly extraordinary items. Much as I would love to converse with you at great length, I really must be going. Until we meet again. Wait, Mr. Shiggy, sir. Can we come too? To the auction? If you like. But I very much doubt you'll be able to afford any of the items to be sold. Oh, don't you worry about that. Glenn here's got enough money to buy and sell you 1,000 times over. Not really. I'm very bad with money. Yes, very good. Then by all means, come with me. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, water instrument. All right, let's... Shigure. This venue has been reserved for the private auction. The guests should be arriving any moment now. I remember you. Master Akebono, was it? Well, if it isn't in the inspectors. I did not know you'd be joining us. I presume you're coming to keep watch for the wolf. But should you see anything you like, I know that we have money changers on hand to assist those with no wish to spend foreign currency. I must warn you, however, that should we desire the same item, I'm not want to surrender without a fight. Greetings and welcome to you, the prosperous and esteemed elite. This day you will be given the rare opportunity to view and purchase, if so inclined, a selection of strange and wondrous items from all across the world. Without further ado, I give you our first, a queer, misshapen fiend captured in the mountainous wilds of Yangsha. Shouldn't be selling people. It is none other than the fabled Rat Man, an unholy union of man and beast, A demon of legend whose flesh, when consumed, bestows life everlasting. No, he's a... You're selling people. He may not look like a person, he's a person. Eternal life can be yours, ladies and gentlemen. So, shall we start the bidding at 500,000 Kubani? Or Koban? 600. 700. 800,000 Koban. Somebody doesn't like you. 800,000 Koban. Going once, going twice. Sold to Master Akebono. Let us proceed to the next item up for bidding. Is there any way I can free the Quarren? He's not really going to eat him, is he? Probably. The statue you are about to see was brought to Gagani from the west, the land of I have no idea how he's mispronouncing it. Eurazia. To be precise. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, statue does not even begin to describe the extraordinary work of art. Oh, God. Oh, God. I just figured out what the statue is. Uh-huh. I give you the Eorzean Gentleman, a masterpiece, nay, a triumph of Western sculpture. Marvel at the intricate details. The feature is so expertly realized that some have likened it to a living, breathing man frozen in time. Well, would you look at that? That statue's a spitting image of Inspector Hildebrand. Could have been sculpted by a fan? Statue. Was that a trick of the light, or did the statue just twitch? You mean to say you think it might actually be the inspector? Somehow frozen by temporal magics? In that case, I've got just the thing to bring him back to the land of the moving. Oh, God, she's going to blow the city up. Run! She's really only good at one thing, and it's making explosives. Stay your bomb-filled hand, my lady, I beg of you. Unless you slaughter these poor people and bring the marketplace to ruin. I suppose you have a point. And it wouldn't be very Inspector-like to blow innocents to Kingdom Come. How readily she resorts to violence, this woman. I shudder to think what carnage she has left in her wake. You have no idea. Oh, I knew it. That's no statue. It's a genuine article, in the flesh. Probably hit his head when he fell from the sky again. Or maybe he's gone into hibernation again or something. This bizarre sculpture is in truth a man? Is such a thing even possible? For this one, yes. Strange. I do not recall it wearing an expression of sheer terror before. Well, he does that when Nashu pulls out bombs. It was rather more serene, was it not? How very perceptive of you. Verily, this is no ordinary statue. It is a heretofore unseen hybrid of sculpture and automaton. Marvel at the way its features change, fluidly and effortlessly. Uh-huh. Yes, indeed. So, shall we start the bidding for this one-of-a-kind statue at 500,000 koban? 600. 7. 800,000 koban to be paid in full here and now. This guy's got to be the thief. Once more, Master Akebono will not be denied. Will any challenge his claim to the Eorzean gentleman? We've got to do something. If we don't, these people are going to buy the inspector. His father is one of the wealthiest men in all of Eorzea. He owns the golden saucer. He'd better pay me back. There's nothing in this world I cannot buy. 1 million koban! Uh-huh. Uh-oh. What's the meaning of this? By the Kami! The Eorzean gentleman has vanished! You have just been robbed by the wolf burglar. That thrice damned Oni, he struck again. I saw him, the fiend with wolfish features. He took the statue and ran towards the short pier. Uh-huh. You know what this means? Inspector Hildebrand's been stolen, or kidnapped. We've got to get after that wolf burglar. For all we know, he might want to eat him like that poor Quirin. Can't have that. Yeah. I don't think anything can hurt Hildebrand. Okay. I'm probably going the wrong way. No, I'm not. A lot like Ellie. As I said before, I think it better we continue this conversation. Oh, this is a different quest. Whoops. Oh, well. I have no idea what this quest is. Hildebrand will be fine. Nice airship, though. I don't know what this quest is. This isn't Hildebrand, though. I clicked on the wrong person. The Imperial Theater Company are the finest practitioners of dramatic arts to be found anywhere in 3 great continents and beyond. They've been admirers throughout the Empire and its territories. They even boast a sizable following in Gridania. Hence my assignment to their story. It's a little-known fact outside Garlemald, at least, that the late Emperor was a devoted patron of the arts who supported various theater troupes to the tune of much coin. Indeed, Solus was so enamored of the majestic players that he ordered the construction of this very airship that the troupe might perform in every corner of the Empire. How do you look, Garlean? When his grandson took the throne, however, everything changed. Now all theater troupes, domestic and foreign, must submit their works for approval by the Central Imperial Board of Censors. If play is denied is deemed vulgar or inflammatory, it is banned and the troupe denied their writs of transit. The worst offenders? Well, they're never heard from again. Yeah, that would be Varys. Policies effectively left playwrights with one of 2 options. Compromise their creative integrity to curry favor with his radiance, or put down their quills altogether. The Principal of the Majestic, however, chose a third option, to express his disapproval of the Emperor's policies obliquely in ostensibly unpolitical works. Pray forgive me for my earlier outburst. I am Alma Bas Lexental, daughter of Principal Genomus and Lexental. I've heard there's actually a logic to the names of the Garleans. Mayhap you've heard of my father's latest play, the Zodiac Brave story. On the surface, it is an innocent retelling of a well-known Garlean fairy tale, hardly worthy of the censor's attention, but beneath, it is something quite different, a fact the censors failed to spot when they approved the manuscript for public performance. The play quickly became a huge success. The common folk loved its fantastical story, while the learned classes appreciated its true message. By the time the Imperial Board of Censors realized their mistake, it was too late. No longer in a position to prohibit the performance outright without admitting fault, they took aim at the company's purse strings instead. Before long, noble patrons began to withdraw their support, fearing to be associated with the troupe, and by the end, even the learned felt compelled to feign ignorance by bleeding the majestic of their funding. The censors robbed them of their voice. And none of this has made it any clearer why you're here, right? Nope. Allow me, Lena. Sid. I guess somebody's got to fix the airship. I've known Genomus since we were students at the Magitek Academy. When I heard his daughter was in Kugani, looking to enlist the aid of an adventurer, I felt compelled to give her your name. Sorry for not announcing myself sooner, old friend. I'm used to it. Genomus and I were from different worlds, but that only served to fuel our friendship. Many were the nights we would prattle on into the wee small hours, warm flagons of peated ale, numbing our minds to the other's naive ideologies. Yet no matter where our conversations began, it would invariably end with him telling me how he was going to change the Empire from the inside out. Troop was to be his path into the people's hearts. Even after the Empire forced him from his home, Genomus never gave up hope that his work might change the world. This is leading to a dungeon, isn't it? Art will never strain against artificial bounds and borders, man-made walls and misguided wars. It is in such times of uncertainty that we must needs embrace our calling and take to the skies so others might do the same. What I'm trying to say, rather poorly I concede, is that not all Garleans are hewn from the same stone. Just as there are those who pledge their lives to the Empire and would never think to question the authority of its leaders, there are those like Alma's father and myself whose love for their country does not blind them to its flaws. Still, try selling that sack of sunflower to an Alamegan or a Doman who's watched his family consumed in the flames of a Magitech Reaper. Point. How many Eorzean adventurers do you think would leap to the opportunity to help an Imperial search for a missing father, and in Garlean territory no less? But you're different. You've seen enough to know that the line between good and evil is not defined by race, color, or creed. So what say you? Well, Sid's involved, and I'm a sucker for this kind of thing. I can never turn my back on a damsel in distress. Thank you so much. Now that you understand the nature of the task, perhaps Alma could provide some insight as to where we might begin our search. Shortly before my father disappeared, we began work on his next play, a successor to the Zodiac Brave story. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Please follow me. You're kind of short for a Garlean. Then again, Sid's short for a Garlean. But she's positively midget-like for a Garlean. Big-ass ship. Nice outfit, though. Does it come in red? Through adventure and hardship, young Delita, a boy of common blood, becomes a hero, culminating in the birth of the mystical kingdom of Ivalice. But that's where the story ends. There are no records of anything that follows. Was Principal Genomus simply going to invent something? My father believed that he had discovered evidence of a second hero, one whose efforts went largely unnoticed, but without whom Delta would never have risen to the throne. His was the next tale he wanted to tell, the true Zodiac Brave story. Second hero? According to my father's studies, this young man was one of Delta's closest friends and confidants. That is, until the untimely passing of Delta's sister. Delita's sister forced the two to part ways. Yet the unnamed hero continued to provide aid to his friend by thwarting the machinations of those who would scheme against Delita, thus paving the way for the pauper's rise to regent. You must forgive me, but I've never heard anyone make such claims. How exactly did your father come by this information? That is a long story. One which begins and ends with Genomus becoming lost in the very legend he sought to lay bare. Even as far back as our academy days, Ivalice had Genomus firmly in its grasp. He flatly refused to believe the story was just a fairy tale. And so, when he was finally driven out by Garlemald, it was only natural that he should choose this, of all places, as his refuge. Was it not, Alma? That is correct, Master Garland. It has long been my father's belief that the ruins of ancient Ivalice lie beyond Naxia. Yeah. Buried beneath the sands of the Dalmasca Desert. Poor Dalmasca. The kingdom prospered in relative isolation for countless generations until the Empire came calling. When not touring, my father would organize expeditions into the Dalmasca Desert to search for proof of Ivalice's existence. Sometimes he would bring back strange artifacts, ancient tomes, and crystals unlike any others. This is going to be trouble. My father called them orosite and claimed they were vital to proving his theories. This is one such crystal. That's what we killed the Ascian with. By the 12, it's a magnificent. Okay, if you say so. Evilisen legend tells of crystals bequeathed by the gods unto those who would be kings. It's during his quest to gather orosite that young Delita rises to prominence. I must have heard the tale 1,000 times from my nursemaid, but that's all it ever was, a tale. My father would often tell us how orosite spoke to him. At the time, we assumed he was speaking figuratively, and the stone's beauty roused his muse. But then he began to act strangely. How so? Following our arrival here in Hingashi, my father spent most of his time cloistered in his chambers, poring over his past research. And though he was alone, we could oft hear him in conversation. Excuse me. It was not uncommon for my father to recite lines as he wrote them, but it soon became clear that this was something else. It was as if he was talking to my mother who passed several winters gone. So he's crazy. Might this not have been out of mere loneliness, or perhaps the strain of your flight from Garlemald? Possibly, but that would not explain the voices which answered him. Okay, who's this guy? Alma, who are these people? I told you I didn't require any help finding father, especially from outsiders. So good of you to join us, Ramza. Allow me to introduce... Enough, Master Sid. We may be shunned by the Empire, but we are still Garleans, and we still have our pride, unlike some, it seems. We require neither the aid nor the pity of foreign rabble. Uh-huh. Have you forgotten where you are, brother? It is we who are the foreign rabble. This land and its customs are all but unknown to us. We'd be fools to conduct our search without a proven guide. True. Your sister's right, Ramza. As for my good friend here, your mistrust is ill-placed. I will personally vouch for her character. In all the time I've known her, she's never once let anything as insignificant as a race or creed or creed color her judgment. We're lucky to have her. You're damn right. We'd have you, Master Garland. Why do you refuse us? Because he's Sid and he's busy. You know why. Until this affair with Omega is resolved, my hands are tied. It pains me to refuse you and your sister, but it pains me more to leave Genomas to his fate. I'm sorry. And he's got to keep an eye on another sneaky Garlean. You needn't apologize. I let my emotions get the better of me. After what happened in Rabanastre, maybe time to admit we're out of our depth. Well, duh. My brother's last expedition met with tragedy in the ruins of the capital city. He barely escaped with his life. Uh-huh. The Empire turned Rabanastre into a death trap. You're a fool to set foot there without a proper escort. Well, you know, don't hold back, Sid. Tell him what you really think. I realize that now, Master Garland. But at the time I saw an opportunity to rescue our father, and I took it. Whatever led you to believe your father was in Dalmasca's capital? My father's fascination with Ivilisen legend began with a trip to the antediluvian city, long before the war. Call it a premonition, but something tells me that's where he has returned. Now you must excuse me. I need some time to think. I have a feeling you're fairly useless anyway. Then, Alma, I shall leave you and your brother in Glenn's capable hands. She has ever repaid my trust with interest. You will do well to grant her yours. Thank you, Master Garland. We'll not forget this kindness. Little sidetracked off of Hildebrand, but, you know, hey, what can I say? I seem to be buffering and getting a little behind. Remza best Lexentale. Master Garland seems to think highly of you, so I will hold judgment until after Dalmasca. Yeah, you're a jerk. Bugger off. I started it, I gotta finish it. Okay, Dalmasca is nestled in a forgotten corner of the Empire's outermost territories. I do not foresee any trouble from the standing army, but would suggest committing to memory locations of each of the barge's exits, just in case. As for the flight itself, the currents above Dalmasca are as wild as the land below. You may want to hold on. Ready? I don't really know where this leads. I stopped playing before Heaven's Word came out. Nice looking ship, though. Kind of like Nouveau Garlean. Okay, so her brother's basically the captain of the ship. We'll complete our descent to Rabanastre in the shuttle. Okay. Oh, come on. Let her come. Hamza! I thought I made myself clear, Alma. The capital is simply too dangerous. Father would never forgive me if I were to lose you trying to rescue him. Maybe she just wants to come. Besides which, nobody will attack us. She's too cute. Come. We're wasting time. And I don't like you. I like her. I'd rather take her with me. I thought we were taking the smaller ship. Okay. We are. According to my father, Rabanastre was already a thriving city some 1,000 years ago. But after performing several private excavations beneath the so-called Desert Sapphire, my father came to the conclusion that it was not the first settlement to stand here. Then your father believes that Rabanastre sits atop the royal city of Thessalia, capital of Ivalice? But if that's true, it could change history. You'd be famous. Famous? You sure you don't mean rich? Ha. You kind are all alike. You're an asshole. Parasites grown fat on the sweat of suffering of others. You are Garlean, you Nimrod. Pot to kettle. Bold words for a boy of but 16 summers. Yeah, shut the hell up, kid. And what, pray tell, have I done to deserve such spite? I only wish to learn the truth behind the disappearance of the Empire's foremost playwright. If that should lead to something bigger, well then, I would be the worst reporter in the realm if I didn't pursue it. True. You better watch out, kid. She'll claw your eyes out. Yes, we can argue about this now, or we can return to the Prima Vista and report to our army of adventurers that it's time to begin the expedition. I humbly suggest the latter. Of course, I expected you to be too cowardly to go in yourself. Uh-oh. That looks familiar. You see? It's as I said, brother. Let them come to us. Those guys look familiar. Did we kill them now? Yeah, good luck with that. No, the time is not right. When has that stopped us before? Fool. You see that one? Slayer of gods, they call her. Warrior of light. You're damn right. Cower before my majesty. Meow. Okay. In the meantime... Oops, wrong one. We have actually important things to do. We've got a Hildebrand to find. Okay. That's it. Okay. You're kidding. There's not an aetherite near that thing? No, I guess that's the closest one. The Dunny-Dory markets. Down. Not up, down. Really nice ship. There we are. Can I shoot? I still can't believe Inspector Hildebrand was stolen. That's got to be a first. Don't bet on it. Shigure. Oh, you followed me, I presume. Have a mind to pursue the wolf burglar as well? Well, duh. Of course we are. He's got Inspector Hildebrand, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let some two-gill thief eat him. Are you perchance referring to the Eorzean gentleman? That hideous statue? I dare say no one in their right mind would try to eat it. But nonsensical fears notwithstanding, I should be honored to work with you to catch the wolf burglar. This man here claims he saw him board a boat with the statue and head towards the Ruby Price. Okay. 'Twas a sight I'll not soon forget. Never before have I seen a Lupin carrying a twisted mockery of a man on his back. Never again will I expect. Too bold was the fiend this day. In seeking to claim such a conspicuous prize in broad daylight, he has left a trail we can follow. Come, let us make haste to the Ruby Price. Okay. All right. Fastest way to get there is via Aetheryte. Which for some reason there is not one down here. There we go. Ashu, what are you doing? That tower just keeps on going and going and going. Oh, shit, you're right. Wow. Should go over there at some point. Surely one of the watchmen here will have seen the Wolfman and his stolen statue. Surely. Alas, I cannot say I have seen such a thing. Since the withdrawal of Garlean forces from Doma and the Ruby Sea, there has been a significant increase in domestic traffic. Accordingly, we've been instructed to wave through smaller vessels leaving our waters. This Lupin you seek probably received no more than a cursory glance. I see. Thank you for taking the time to explain, and pray forgive me the interruption. We will continue our search elsewhere. Okay, the question is, where else should we search? Who else has reason to keep a close watch on these waters? Shigure is chiding himself for overlooking the obvious answer. Oh, how silly of me. The Confederacy has every reason to note the comings and goings of even the smallest vessels in the Ruby Sea. Their very survival rests on their ability to extract payments for safe passage, the so-called Ruby Tithe. Sakazuki is where we must go. Any traveler who does not wish to be raided and relieved of their possessions must journey there first and make the necessary overtures. All right. I need to discover over there. Didn't realize I'd missed a spot. There we go. Now back to the important stuff. Searching for a bandit on a boat, you say? As far as I'm concerned, the only bandits are those who refuse to pay the tithe, like that fellow I spotted not long ago. Why did I stop him, you ask? Because he was dead. Aye, standing motionless in his skiff, paying no heed to the waves of the waters. A dead man drifting. It is one thing to threaten a living man, but what could I possibly do to stop a dead one? Nothing, that's what. So I took the only course of action. I let him be. I'm not one to consort with the dead, but if you are, by all means, follow the man to the Isle of Becco. I'll remain here and do my best to forget what I saw. Good man. You squint just the right way. It looks like it's got ears. Or is it horns? What are you talking about? Crazy girl. A dead man in a boat? Bound for the island of Becco? That's the stupidest thing I ever... Unless... Aha! Don't you see? He mistook the Eorzean gentleman for a corpse. That boat belonged to none other than the Kugane wolf burglar. Cool, what luck! Our liaison did mention that we could pay the tithe by way of bringing a trespasser to justice, and I do believe this qualifies. The hunt is on, to the Isle of Becco and that thrice-damned wolf. Okay. This is an appropriate mount for doing Hildebrand. All this for an emote. I'm an hour into this and I haven't even gotten to Hildebrand. Okay, this way. Oh. Hildebrand. Where are you, Hildebrand? Hark! Over there, a wolf! Or at least someone what's got big ears and a long, fluffy tail. That could describe you. Aha! We've got him now. So it seems the wolf burglar was caught by the very people that were trying to catch him. You're not that bright either, are you? Oh, crap. Kami forfen, this is no wolf burglar. This is a man dead, who yet moves, a restless spirit bound to his mortal coil by burdens of the soul. Oh, God, not the return of Zombie Brand. It's a long story. I beg your pardon, good sir, but my soul carries no such burdens. Indeed, in death I found rather more liberation than I had in life, more purpose and meaning, and brotherhood. Zombie Brand. Wait a minute! You're one of the gentle dead men! But what are you doing so far from Eorzea and the others? As I live and breathe, in even further reaches I find myself reunited with Master Zombie Brand's compatriots. I too must confess some curiosity as to how you came to this place, but since you asked first, as unbelievable as it may sound, we heard rumors of an island deep in the Siren Song Sea, said to be home to a host of undead individuals not unlike myself. Ours being a rather lonely existence, we resolved to dispatch an emissary to the isle, myself being the logical choice once again. Okay. Ah, truly! Well, that would explain why the myriad skeletons we found were devoid of unlife, as it were. That said, even if they were as disagreeable a lot as you claim, I should thank you to stop killing every last undead you encounter in your travels. Well, they do attack me first. Anyway, having failed in my mission, I was at a loss for what to do next. The island was abandoned, and Eorzea was ever so far away. Just then I felt it, a familiar tingling in my rotting flesh. Aye, there was no denying it. I had felt the pull of our leader, Master Zombie Brand. His aether called to me. I was duty-bound to answer. So I followed the trail, and it led me to this place. In a fox costume. Okay. Car. Then it's no coincidence. The inspector and the burglar that stole him must be somewhere here on the island. Good sir, do you still feel Inspector Hildebrand calling you even now? Can you lead us to him? As surely as I can crack open a hapless merchant's head and feast on the goo inside before you can say go. Follow me. By the way, I've been meaning to ask. What's with the wolfish get-up? It's not the sort of thing gentle dead men usually wear. Though it's quite fetching, I've got to say. It warms my dead heart to hear you say so. I received it as a gift from a traveling artist. When I explained to him how difficult it was to converse with the common man, he fashioned it for me, believing it would serve to soften my otherwise terrifying features, and so it has. But enough talk. Master Zombiebrand needs us. Nothing I have heard makes even the slightest bit of sense to me. But no matter. If this misshapen undead wolfman can lead us to the thief, I shall trust in him wholly. You're just as crazy as the rest of them. Okay. What is that thing? I'm sure I must have gone there at some point, just out of curiosity. Whoops. Went too far. Got distracted. Nice you. I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful look. I think it's a wonderful look for him, don't you? Yes, yes. Master Zombiebrand is close. We're nearly upon him. And the wolf burglar? At long last, we will bring that bastard to justice. Wolf burglar! You have nowhere to run! Surrender! So they've finally caught up to me. He looks exactly like my sketch! No, Nashu. No, he doesn't. Your campaign of thievery comes to an end this day. Aye, this day, the Bakufu will have their man, that is to say, their Lupin. Stop, damn you! Oh, God. At least she's not in the city anymore. The inspector's still not snapped out of it, which means it's time for a triple serving of Nashu's Delight. Dango style! At some point I need to try this dango. Oh, God. You are so screwed, Wolfman. He does live in fear of Nashu's bombs. If you'd done the previous quest, you'd know why. Bugger me, are those bombs? Idiot, get rid of them! Get rid of them before you kill us both! He's not in any danger. I know what happens next. Yup. Glenn, Nashu! Anyone! You're not in any danger. You fell from orbit. Suppose we got to save the inspector. Don't worry about the inspector. He survived a trip back from Dalamud. So this is nothing. Let's get that wolf burglar instead. Which is true. He did fall from the moon before the moon fell. He has a habit of doing this. I told you before, wolf burglar. You have nowhere left to run. Fall, on the other hand. That's how it's going to be. Then fall it is. Uh-oh. Never thought I'd come this close to getting caught. Suppose it's my own fault for trying to nick a hefty prize like a statue. But if the statue ain't even a statue, then there's no reason for me to stick around, is there? Better luck next time, thief takers. I'm sure Hildebrand won't let me just let you go. Ah, the nerve of that villain. You got yourself out. I say, Glenn, I have come to expect such cold, calculating behavior from dear Nashu, but not you. I said to save you. Hey, Inspector Hildebrand's back. Nothing like a brush with certain death to get you back in the game. Am I right, Inspector? What manner of sorcery is this? Eorzean gentleman, the statue stands before me, speaking and gesticulating as if a living, breathing being. Nothing is Hildebrand. I trust I needn't remind you, I too am capable of such motions despite neither living nor breathing. But more to the point, Master Zombiebrand is no statue. This is true. Quite right. He's an agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Yeah, I suppose. He calls himself that. Good sir. By your garb, I gather you are a samurai. Am I then correct in assuming we are in the Far East? His mom hit him with a frying pan. He landed here. Oh ho ho! As I wake from gentle slumber and find myself in a foreign land, who should I be greeted by? But a Far Eastern fan. I've really done this too many times. But ho, what is this? Already my keen investigator's sense has alerted me to the presence of a petitioner in need. I must away for honor and justice. For honor and justice and a hard-boiled egg. Hard-boiled egg? What? Wait for me, Inspector. You know I can't run that fast. Only his father can. Maybe his mother. Master Zombiebrand looks to be his old self again. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. It is enough to bring a tear to this gentle dead man's eye. Or would be, if I weren't, But much as I love to join you in your adventures, I must return to my brothers. I pray you watch over and keep our undead overlord safe. He's not really undead. So, in Eorzea, a man may be an inspector extraordinaire as well as a zombie overlord. Truly, yours is a land of many mysteries and strange customs I dare say I will never comprehend. The answer is no, only Hildebrand can. While I regret that we were unable to apprehend the wolf burglar, I am glad that this chase has seen you reunited with your comrade. Come, let us follow him and see where his keen sense leads. Yeah, that usually leads to disaster. Where are you going? Seriously? The big tower? Is that where I'm headed? Apparently not. Looks like Inspector Hildebrandt found a Quern. Did I not tell you I had caught the scent of a case? And here it is, I give you. The case of the kidnapped Quern. Yeah, I think he's being eaten right now. Simply put, this adorable little fellow's dearest friend was abducted by a dastardly fellow in the nearby city of Kugane. We sail on ships as sailors for East Aldenar Trading Company, docked at Kugane docks to unload goodly goods. When goodly merchant comes and offers tasty feast to me and friendly friend. By the kami, did that rat man just speak? Quern, not rat man, rude man. Why does no one here know Quern? Always demon with lucky flesh. Humph. We go with goodly merchant all alone. Many turns, left, right, left. Very confusing. Then bad man grab friendly friend. Put gag in mouth and bag on head. I fight back and run. And then run too. And they run too. And then I jump into water. It would seem that the currents carried him to the shores of this island. But I have yet to ascertain the motive for why anyone would want to kidnap a hapless Quern sailor. Because they do not know or do not care that he is a Quern. He passes for a rat man of Far Eastern folklore, the flesh of which some believe bestows everlasting life. An Eorzean sailor with most unusual features, an incredible, albeit hideous statue of Eorzean make that was in truth a man, I dare say we have already met our goodly merchant. We must return to Kugane and confront that criminal at once. He may have abducted others from faraway lands to sell at auction. The fiend? At the very least, we know he sold this Quern's friendly friend. We gotta save him too. Right you are, my lady. We shall see the wicked punished and the innocent set free. Yes, yes. I was just about to say that. Well said, you. Okay. Okay. We bizarre. Okay. Well, I haven't had to attack anything yet. Oh, yeah, you. Kami, strike me down. The Eorzean gentleman is alive. Hearken to me, merchant. Your reckoning is at hand. For the crime of kidnapping a Quern sailor and selling him into slavery, I hereby place you under arrest. Huh? I should hope I remember doing something so reprehensible as that. But more importantly, who are you to level such accusations, much less place me under arrest? You are not the Sekisagumi. A common Ronin, are you not? A common Ronin come from the countryside looking for work. Work I so generously provided when I hired you to guard my auction. An auction you failed to defend against a thief who stole the priceless piece. Uh-oh. I say, what audacity! That self-same piece stands before you. With the Quern who escaped your kidnapping attempt, as incontrovertible proof of your misdeeds. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have defeated you. The least you could do is demonstrate dignity in defeat. The truth is plain. There is no denying it. Yes, the entire quest line is just as stupid, and it only gets stupider. And yet, I do, Inspector, was it? Whatever authority you may possess in Eorzea is not recognized here. Only the Sekisagumi can compel answers and arrest criminals. And with that, I bid you a good day. Hey, look. You need not answer to them, but you will answer to me. We've had our eye on you for some time, my friend, but alas, all good things must come to an end. The wolf burglar's meddling merely delayed the inevitable. We have all the proof we need now. Do yourself a favor and come quietly. Or don't, and do me a favor. They two tend to attack first. Shigure, owing to the efforts of you and yours, we can finally bring this charlatan to justice. For that, you have my deepest thanks. Thank you, sir. That you would favor me with such kind words is a great honor. I can only hope that this goes some way towards... However, that you failed to inform the Sekisagumi of the wolf burglar's crime, despite being present, and instead pursued the thief on your own is inexcusable. I cannot in good conscience admit you to the Sekisagumi at this time. Such reckless disregard and thirst for personal glory are traits I will not suffer in our samurai. Oops. You screwed up. A thousand thanks to you for saving friendly friend. Warier and warier we will be next time. No more following goodly merchants into dark alleys. Probably a good plan. I owe you all an apology. Like the merchant said, I am no more than a common ronin. My pursuit of the wolf burglar has been, from the very beginning, independent of the Sekisagumi or any other authority. I came to Kugane to join the Sekisagumi, but was judged to be unworthy. Unable to find gainful employment as a samurai elsewhere, I struggled to make ends meet. And then, when I was about to renounce my dream and return to my village, I learned of a notorious thief, a thief that targeted only the most wealthy and influential, a thief that I might bring to justice and thereby earn the approval of the Sekisagumi. Say no more, my good samurai. Your earnest nature and passion for the law has won me over. Change of clothes might be in order, Hildebrand. I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall help you scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the Kugane wolf burglar, and we shall start right this instant. Just go with it, dude. You're not gonna be able to stop him, and you can't run. I'm still not quite sure what to make of that man, but I suppose I should be grateful for the help. Just following the trail of disaster, man. Just follow. Glenn, was it? I should thank you for joining me in this endeavor. Perhaps more so than the others. Their help is of questionable benefit, whereas yours seems rather more reliable. His father's a friend of mine. The wolf burglar is not to be underestimated. He is a cunning, clever foe, as evidenced by the way he escaped. Sheer passion and determination will not be enough to catch him. Which is to say that while I value the assistance of the inspector and his assistant, I believe cooler heads will prevail in the end. To wit, yours and mine. Most likely. I too may be prone to fits of passion, but I should think it is nothing compared to that of the Eorzean gentleman. Got that right. Shiguri is a man on a mission. Have you heard, Glenn? The wolf burglar for whom we have been searching day and night has struck again. Word reached me but moments ago. The inspector and his assistant are a step ahead of us, but if we hurry, we may arrive before they begin questioning any witnesses. You will come, will you not? Yes? Then let us brook no further delay and make haste for the Rakuza district. All right. That way I don't have a bunch of icons all over the place. Up this way? No. No, I gotta go over to the bridge. This is a beautiful city. I mean, they just get better and better. The Crystarium's all cool and all, but this place actually looks like a city and is the size of one. It's kind of great. Of course, you know, being a Japanese game, making a Japanese-inspired city probably... You can do leaves out here? Really? Wait, what do I have to do to do leaves out here? You must be a disciple of the hand or... Oh, okay, so leaves are only for... Okay, I guess I just got rid of Battlecraft leaves after a Realm Reborn. Oh well. Such is life. Nashu. The wolf burglar struck again! Uh-huh. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, stand ready to assist any and all who seek redress for crimes dastardly and daring. My keen inspector's sense has led me hither. Speak, my good man. What injustice befell you here? Inspectors? Ah, yes, the Westerners. I remember you, girl. You're so eager to hear the tale, then I should be glad to tell it. It was him, the wolf burglar. Bold as ever, he attempted to steal the finest sword in my collection, the Saburo Sukahiro, in broad daylight. Oh, God. Where there is stolen weapons, Greg is not far behind. By the Kami! But you say he attempted? And failed. Ha ha! Little did the fool know I had recently employed a new bodyguard, a peerless samurai worth every koban. Oh God, no. So the fiend was unable to abscond with your precious blade. Truly, you are fortunate indeed, Master Akebono. Oh God. Yet surely this is not the end of it. The wolf burglar has his pride. He's not wont to forsake for a prize. Master Akebono, I have no doubt that the thief will come for the blade again and again. I pray you permit me to aid your men in protecting this treasure, that we may finally bring this villain to justice. You have spirit, I'll grant you that. But I have no need of additional guards. Yojimbo alone is worth 100 men, if not more. Master Akebono, I think you underestimate this foe. You try my patience, boy. I have made my decision, and I will not suffer it to be questioned further. Find another way to earn the Sekisugumi's approval. Now then, I have a pressing engagement in Sanjo Hanamachi, to which I have been looking forward to all week, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let this business with the wolf burglar delay me further. Good day. Yojimbo, doesn't that mean he's a samurai named Samurai? Oh, whatever. I fear he has let this turn of luck lull him into a false sense of complacency. He should be doubting the guard, or he should be doubling the guard, or tripling it. If only he would reconsider. If he will not listen to reason, then he must be made to listen to reason. When in doubt, try again. It's not the most well thought out plan, but for lack of anything better. All right, let's follow Master Akebono to Sanjo Hanamachi, and once more impress upon him the gravity of the situation. Okay. Just around the corner. Maybe? Okay. Yashu? You can do it, Shiguri! Ren. Perhaps he would fare better if I taught him the Manderville art of parley. Oh, God. Which is precisely why it's so important for us to speak with him. Ask all you like, but the answer's still no. There's a very short list of people who get past, and none of you lot are on it. I applaud your diligence, I do, but we are here to help. If you would admit us and speak with Master Akebono, we might convince him to let us stand guard over the Saburo Tsukihiro. Ah, so that's your game. Trick the daft doorman into letting you in so you can steal Master Akebono's priceless sword. How stupid do you think I am? Very. As if he'd consort with the likes of you lot. Not a looker among you. Have you seen Neshu? Really? My mother has told me I'm quite handsome. I'm sure she has. Maybe if he was in the mood for Takomochi? Not today, though. Master Akebono made it quite clear that he would only welcome additional entertainers if they were Gaiko of surpassing beauty, which you're not, so piss off. That went rather poorly. I suppose we have no choice but to resign ourselves to this outcome. Hardly. Nay, Shiguri, I think not, for I have a plan. A plan of surpassing beauty, if I do say so myself. Are you acquainted with any Gaiko, perchance? Well, there is an Okio nearby, whose proprietress may have given me a few odd jobs, but wait, what exactly is your plan? Horror, sheer horror, trust me. All shall become clear, my good man. Lead the way to this Okia. Alright. This is going to make me look like an idiot, isn't it? Not that I don't do that regularly enough on my own. Hildebrand, what are you doing? Inspector extraordinaire. Is that really a profession? A legitimate one? I've certainly never heard of it. No one has. Most humble greetings to you, fairest maiden. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, am given to understand that you are an acquaintance of Shigure here. I've given the hapless fool a handout or two, and now he shows up on my doorstep in the company of agent inspectors. I can only assume this means he's yet to find honest work. Indeed, much to all our chagrin, Shigure is not gainfully employed at present. But that regrettable circumstance is not what brings us to you. Nay, it is a matter of far greater import, a grave injustice which must be averted at all costs. Wake up, Nashu. To that end, my lady, I would have you clothe my steadfast assistant in your finest kimono. For but a brief time only, you may be assured. It shall be returned to you post-haste. Loan you a kimono? Just like that? I'm not sure what mischief you inspectors get up to in your line of work, but in ours, a kimono is priceless. No gecko worth her salt would simply let a stranger parade around town in hers. Not for nothing, at least. If you're truly in desperate need of my assistance, then you should be willing to pay for it. Say 70,000 euros yen gil? Seriously. Yeah, I have a gambling problem. Love the horse birds. Lost my last gil on a Quay Rhapsody. There. I know all too well the temptation of the saucer. But worry not, my friend. I am more than capable of paying for this expense. Damn well better be. Nashu, pay the woman. Nashu doesn't have any money. With what, Inspector? Your coin purse is empty. What? As of when? Oh dear, this is certainly a fly in the ointment. So, your plan is to disguise Nashu as a gecko so that she may enter the company of Master Akebono and thereby keep watch on the wolf burglar? I hesitate to call it one of surpassing beauty, but it is our best option. Do not even think to say it, my good man. I would never take the money of a down-on-his-luck youth with no job or skills to speak of. Oh, God, he's thinking. But, of course, it is, as ever, so simple. A means by which we may achieve our end without spending a single coin. You're a multi-billionaire. In my brief time here, I have come to understand the myriad complexities of Hingan culture. There is a custom by which one may express the fervor of his convictions by shaving every hair from his head, is there not? Oh, becoming a monk? Well, yeah, I suppose so. You have the right of it, but are you willing to go to such lengths to secure a kimono? Do not know the man. I'll do the honors. No. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. She knows Jandalane. Do not touch my hair. Do not touch my hair, Nashu. There we go. That'll do. A beauty reborn! She does know Jandalane. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. My hair! My beautiful flowing locks! What have you done to me? That is brilliant. Utterly brilliant. I don't think I've laughed so hard in ages. Jenova Shigiri, I dare say she did you a favor. The Sekisagumi might be inclined to take you more seriously now. You can have your kimono with my thanks. Never mind the gill. The entertainment you've given me is payment enough. My lady, you are a saint. You're ready, Nashu? Always, Inspector. Wait here, everyone. I'm sure it won't take long to put one of these things on, right? Verily, there is no greater truth than that if we trust in ourselves and the gods, fair fate shall conspire to see us success. Is this the will of the kami? I believe I hear them coming. Ta-da! Ta-da! My dear Nashu, you look incredible. Wow, actually, yes, you do. You do. Looks every bit the Geiko. I cannot fathom the doorman turning her away. Come, my friends. Let us put Nashu's disguise to the proof. Okay, back this way. Say what you will about the rest of us, but you would have to be blind to disparage my stalwartness. That is, my lovely Geiko Nashu. A Geiko, eh? All right. Let's have a look at you. Aw, ain't she cute? Oh ho ho! And where has this lovely lass been hiding? Master Agamotto is sure to take a shine to you. All right, the girl may enter, and no one else. Huzzah! It worked. Wish me luck. So, is it wise to let her go alone? Ideally, at least Glenn or myself should have accompanied her, no? Oh, Shigiri, I did tell you it was a plan of surpassing beauty, did I not? Oh, God, no. The sword without peer, the Saburo Sukehiro. The Geiko without peer, Chiyome. What fortune that I may enjoy the company of the finest treasures the world has to offer. Their very presence makes the wine taste that much sweeter. I could not agree more, my lord. Alas, whereas you may lay hands upon your magnificent blade at a whim, in vain I struggle to navigate the endless labyrinth that is a woman's fickle heart. That which I desire, I take, as will you, when my little project is complete. Chiume, come and have a drink with us. Come, come. My lords insist I should be glad to partake. Okay. Yeah, these guys are jerks. Okay. I no longer feel sorry for these guys for subjecting them to Nashu. Such a beautiful girl you are, and so skilled a dancer as well. You deserve only the best, and the very best you shall have, if you but give yourself body and soul to me. Irv. Smooth move, X-Lax. I fear my lord's rather admirable perseverance encroaches upon the obsessive. As I am sure I have told you 1,000 times before, I should be glad to entertain one and all with the traditional arts. Stubborn as ever, I see. No matter. In due time, you will be mine. One way or another. You're a smooth talker. Begging your pardons, my lords. Oh God, no. She is really cute. Okay. Oh ho! This is a welcome surprise. Oh, my lord, did you call another Geico? Never mind. Come, my dear, have a seat. Okay, you guys deserve Nashu. Salutations and greetings, my good sirs. Oh, shit, no. Oh, crap. Why did I not know this was coming? Wait, what is the meaning of this? I explicitly said I would be receiving no taikomochi this day. Far be it from me to judge a man for his pleasures, my lord, but I fear this is a bridge too far for me. Oh, God. Japan, you have much to answer for. Such beauty, such grace. But be that as it may, now is not the time. The day after tomorrow, perhaps, after I have had my time to recover, but not today. Will my lord not reconsider? Pray allow me one dance to convince you. Oh, God. Japan, you have much to answer for. Enough! Yojimbo, remove this fetching yet belligerent taikomochi from my sight. Lay hands upon a fair maiden? I will do no such thing. Are you defying your master's order? The master has already paid you an unconscionable sum of money for your services. Guard the sword. A contemptible master who consorts with lecherous dogs. I agreed to serve only as the sword's protector, not as the executor of your whims. There, the wolf burglar! Impossible! At last! The villain reveals himself! We have you now, most wolfish of burglars! Oh, God. Yes, it was I all along, Hildebrand, master of disguise, inspector of 1,000 faces, defender of justice. I feel so conflicted. So, you're not a Taikamochi. Pity that. Hear me. It isn't the talking statue. Fancy meeting you here. Come to watch me steal the Saburo Sukihiro? Well, you know how this goes. Don't let him get away! Halt, fiend. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Well, what happened? Dude stole a sword. Ugh. There you are, my dear. You aren't harmed. I'd be heartbroken if there were even a single scratch upon my concubine to be. You're an asshole. Deserve that. My lord would do well to take greater care of where he places his hands, should he wish to keep them. Good girl. Confound it! How does he manage to escape every time? He throws a bomb on the floor. But rejoice, my friends. He has failed in his thievery once more. Saburo Sukihiro remains safe and sound. That's not the sword. Bald imbecile. Look at what you're holding. Does that look even remotely like the Saburo Sukihiro? You? Does it? Does it? No, it does not. Nimrod. For the record, I'm not actually bald. Yes, you are. Be gone from my sight, and do not return until you have found my sword. That's you. Not easy being a Geico. That may well have been my best disguise yet. Sadly, probably. You heard him. We must recover the Saburo Sukihiro. All right, Shigure. After what all the trouble, he still managed to steal the Saburo Sukihiro. I sacrificed my flowing locks for nothing. Though I care increasingly less for Akebono, he is nevertheless a man to be reckoned with. What meager reputation I have will be forfeit if we fail to bring the wolf burglar to justice. We need not pursue him alone. Yojimbo has volunteered his services. Together, we may yet redeem ourselves. I think I may know where to find the thief. I think I may know where the thief is headed. Okay. I believe the wolf burglar has fled to Yancha. Consider the dagger I took from him in the chaos. Though old and worn, it has been well cared for over the years. It is more than just a tool to him, I think. And it is clearly of Doman design. Oh, what an amazing coincidence. The self-same details had also caught mine eye. I dare say you have the makings of an inspector, Shigure. I shall endeavor to take that as a compliment. To Yangsha! Okay. House of the Fierce it is. Whoops, sorry. that the way out? Yes, it is. Oops. Passed him again. Nashu. Look at all those crystals. So shiny. Even if he is somewhere here, how are we to narrow our search? You needn't wear Daigoro's fangs. He is a good dog. Good dog? Woof! Good dog. My word! Have you ever seen anything so full of splendor? But forgive me. We must not lose sight of the matter at hand. How shall we pursue our quarry? That is a very good question, to which I currently have no answer. I do! Woof woof. What a nice little doggy! Daigoro is more than a mere traveling companion. His sense of smell is unparalleled. Give over the burglar's dagger, that he may track his scent. Brilliant idea, Jim! Yes, indeed. Here, take it. Woof, woof, woof. Okay. Oh ho! Has the scent already. With me, Nashu. Perhaps fate is conspiring to see us succeed after all. It has that way when he's around. I'm not doing the fate right now. Doing Hildebrand. Nashu. Is the doggy all right? I'm sure he is. Daigoro seems to be confused. Has he lost the scent? Jim? Jim? Yeah, well, that's better than Greg. Whimper. What ails little Daigoro? Why will he not go further? How is it you remember his, tis like there are Namazu about. Their stink befuddles his senses. Though unfortunate, we know the wolf burglar came this way. Perhaps if we search, we can find some other clues to his whereabouts. Okay. Leave it to me, Shiguro. There are clues to be found in these ruins. My keen inspector's sense shall lead me to them. It's really all he ever relies on. Wait for me, Inspector! Wait for me! Excuse me. Alright. Go on, Nashu. Ah. There they go again, charging off before we have a chance to discuss our plan of action. Must they always be so reckless? Yes. Yes, they must. Nothing for it but to follow suit, I suppose. Why don't you search the area to the northwest? Alright, fine. Ugh. Pungent Namazu. Oh, catfish strips tonight. Hey. Okay, maybe not. I'm not sure how good pickled catfish would be. Alive, I am hale and healthy, yes? Nursing a rather vicious hangover from a surfeit of tea. But otherwise, none the worse for wear. Yeah, tea, right. Excuse me. 1,000 thanks to you for waking me before I was set upon by ravenous beasts or thieving bandits. Unless you wouldn't have to be a thieving bandit, would you? No, but I'm looking for one. A lupin? Now that you mention it, I have some vague recollection of a traveler with an unusual sword across his back. I was deep in my teacups at the time, but I know what I saw. Huh. A drunken Namazu. What's his part in all this? Yeah, he saw him walk by. He saw the wolf burglar? Wolf burglar? Whatever. What luck! Which way did he go? It's all a bit of a blur, so I doubt my memory will be of any use. My barbels, on the other hand, should do the trick. My adorable little friend, you need not strain yourself on our account. We too have ways of finding the fiend. Yes, my keen Namazu sense is telling me nothing. Wolf burglar. Is that the wolf burglar? Went that way. Yes, that way. Which way? I followed the Namazu. I may as well split up again. How would help you, but hangover? Yes? Yes. Bye-bye, friends. Have fun hunting the wolf burglar. Uh-huh. Fortunately, I am high enough level to where these things shouldn't really be bothering me, although I may as well clear them out. Alright. Just in case. Among the irrelevant pot shards, you spy a somewhat conspicuous pair of gloves. They belong to the wolf burglar. Perhaps they may prove useful. Found something, have you? I do not recall him wearing gloves, but for lack of other possible leads, I say let Daigoro follow this fresh scent. Now that Namazu is gone, he should have no difficulty finding the owner. Alright, Daigoro. Woof woof. Chow down. Woof woof. What news, Jim? We came as soon as we heard the barking. Now that the Namazu has departed, Daigoro is capable of pursuing our quarry once more. Your stalwart comrade found gloves that may have belonged to him. And so, we were about to see where they led us. Woof woof. He's got the scent. Quickly, Glenn. We must not lose sight of Daigoro. Yes, yes, yes. There he is. We mustn't let him escape this time. Hold Ronan. You know well how quick he can be. Let us leave this pursuit to one who he cannot outrun. Go, Daigoro. Seize the Lupin. Gosh, he's a fast doggy. Aye, there are none faster. Come, we must secure the sword and the thief. Gosh, he really likes Koban, doesn't he? Well, we all have our weaknesses, I suppose. Still, there's no denying that he is a very, very good dog. Yes, good dog. How could he possibly have... the nerve. You lot really should have thought this through. Have you already forgotten that I've got friends in high places? Muntoro, to me! Oh, great. Can I just punch him? Put a curse on him? Something? Does that bugger off in bird language? Japan, you have much, much to answer for. Oh. By the kami, what have you done to my bird? Got you! Rejoice, Siguri, for I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have reclaimed the Saburo Tsukihiro. Yes, it seems you have. Though before we declare it with certainty, I would verify the authenticity of the blade. But of course. Aye, this is no fake. It is indeed a work of art, a masterpiece that could only be the treasured Saburo Tsukihiro. Ah, I just remembered. I have urgent business in Kugane, which as well, as it shall afford me the opportunity to return the Saburo Tsukihiro to its rightful owner. Pray allow me to do so. He's stealing the sword. You have my word, I shall surrender it to no one. He's stealing the sword. How lucky we are to have a friend like Jim. Steadfast, loyal, honorable. A Manderville man from another mother. He's stealing the sword. Let us quit this place and return to Kugane with the wolf burglar. I'm sure the Sekisagumi have a cell with his name on it. Run, run. What business have you with the Sekisagumi? Wolf, sword. Bald guy. The wolf burglar? The Lupin who has made a mock of me and my brothers? I, Shiguri, and my comrades have successfully captured the notorious wolf burglar of Kugane and brought him here that we might surrender him into the custody of the Sekisagumi. Full glad we are to accept this unexpected bounty. The fiend has been a source of unending consternation for us. My thanks to you all. Pray bring him inside, honored friends. But he fools a lot of you, blind to the true villain in your midst. Is it true, then, the wolf burglar has been detained? Well done! Who must we thank for this auspicious turn of events? I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, did bring the wolf burglar to heel with my customary style and aplomb. Very good, very good. And the Saburo Sukihiro? Where is it? Wake up, Nashu. Nashu! You mean you don't have it? I thought Yojimbo had returned it to you. Yojimbo? That disrespectful disgrace of a samurai? Nay, I have seen neither hide nor hair of him. I can only presume that Jim is currently enjoying a plate of dango at the Umineko tea house before paying Master Akabono a visit. Absolutely. It's not like he stole the sword or anything. Or perhaps he absconded with the Saburo Sukihiro. This is all a joke to you people, isn't it? Yes, yes it is. Of all the stupid, inexplicable, utterly unjustifiable, for what reason could you have possibly even for a moment considered it wise to let a single man, and not just any man either, a man I just expelled from my service, mark me, Ronin, if you fail to deliver that sword, I shall make the focus of my remaining years that your dreams go unfulfilled. You're welcome. Huh. We certainly can't have that, which reminds me, Shigure, you once told me it was your dream to serve alongside us. Is that still the case? Well, of course it is. Yes, sir, it is. Tough shit. Good, because in light of your recent accomplishment, I would like nothing more than to induct you into the Sekisugumi. What say you? Congratulations, kiddo. But you're gonna say no until you... Oh, okay, no. You're gonna go right in. Good man. It would be an honor, sir. Glad to hear it. There are, of course, some few procedures and discussions with my superiors that must come first, but we may attend them now. Your comrades do not mind waiting? Not at all. We will await your triumphant return, Shigure. Yeah, people tend to cry when Hildebrand says he'll wait for them. My friends, it is finished. A Shigure reborn. Uh-huh. Well, I would not dare to put in such grandiose terms, but indeed, I feel as though I am a changed man. And it's you three who have changed me for the better. 1,000 thanks to you, Glenn, Inspector Hildebrandt, Nashu. Though I've only just become a Sekisugumi, I've already been given my first assignment. And pursue the renegade Yojimbo and recover the Saburo Tsukihiro. Alas, as a new recruit, I have been ordered no additional men or resources to accomplish this task. If I am to succeed, I will need all the help I can get. Say no more, Shigure. I should be glad to give it. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby re-swear to help you scour all creation from the deepest pits of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens. For Jim and the Saburo Tsukihiro. So our hunt begins again. Yeah, he was going to ask me. Wait for me, Inspector! Wait for me! He was going to ask me to help. Part of me still struggles to believe it, Glenn, but the wolf burglar captured and myself become a Sekisugumi. Again, I cannot thank you enough for all you have done for me. What an odd, circuitous path it has led to this point. To be honest, the most vexing complication was the loss of my hair, though Nashu assures me she is already in the process of procuring a potent tonic to remedy that. Oh, I wouldn't trust Nashu too much. And I wouldn't use that tonic. Once more, we find ourselves waiting for fate to spur our story forward. Until we have a lead on the Saburo Tsukihiro, we can but enjoy our respite. Hopefully he will have cleaned his face. Okay, the black heart beneath. Shigiri seems utterly devoid of hair and hope. You look well, Glenn. I pray your adventures have not been too taxing. As for myself, the search for the Saburo Sukihiro, as well as Yojimbo, continues. Would that I could claim even a measure of progress. Ah, Shigiri, there you are! Doom de doom 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 de doom doom doom. We thought perhaps to find you inside, my bald man, but I see you're here, and in the company of my stalwart assistant. Bald, you of all people should. Having failed to seize upon new information of value or even passing relevance, we were in the midst of reconsidering our investigative strategy. But tell me, have you word of Jim and our missing sword? Jim, who's... yes, you're Jimbo. No, as I was just telling Glenn, I've made no progress since last we spoke. You seem distressed, Shigiri. If you yet pine for your lost locks, then pine no longer, for we have brought you a hair tonic of preternatural effectiveness. Really? Well, that is actually a very considerate gesture. Thank you. Uh-oh. Why not try right now? Aye, the sooner the better, perhaps. Gentleman zombie. I say, to meet with Master Zombie Brand and his bosom companions yet again. Truly, the kami have been kind to me. It is always a pleasure to see a man of the old horde. But were you not bound for Eorzea? Why are you yet in the Far East? Indeed, I had thought to return home and rejoin my brothers, and to that end did I call upon a local fisherman to secure passage. 'Twas from him that I heard a tale most fascinating, which compelled me to stay. A Funa Yurei, a far eastern variety of undead, had been seen wandering an isle's shore. As my previous attempts to recruit fellow zombies had met with failure, I thought, why not broaden my criteria and appeal to this ghost in the spirit of camaraderie? Alas, it is most elusive quarry. Rather shy, it would seem. I sought to learn more of the Funa Yurei, but questioning the people of the city, but have been unsuccessful thus far. I see. I realize this is sudden, but in your inquiries, did you hear mention of Jim? Jim? I fear I have heard naught of that particular Far Eastern spirit, though, to be honest, not all have been willing to entertain my company, perhaps due to my undead nature. It pains me to hear that, in this world, there remain people prejudiced against the living impaired. You seek this Jim, Master Zombie-Ran. If so, I should be glad to help. Grateful as we would be, it might be wise to change your attire. The people's reluctance to speak with you might be due to your passing resemblance to a certain wolfish fugitive who, until recently, terrorized the city. Oh, how careless of me! I shall change into something less conspicuous at once. Uh-oh. Then it's settled. When at first you don't succeed, make inquiries again. Let us split up and speak with the men and women of Kugane. All right. Kaisetsu? Jimbo, you say? The name does ring a bell. Ah, yes, now I recall. The Lupin fellow was asking after him as well, though that was some time ago. He's since been detained by the Sekisagumi, the Lupin, not your Yojimbo, that is. Not that I can imagine why, he's no criminal. Why, when I told him how my mother had taken ill, he gave me the Koban to purchase her medicine without me asking her anything. Oh, great. He's like a Robin Hood. They say he's done terrible things, but a man like that? No, I refuse to believe it. If there's any justice in this world, he'll be set free. This guy again. Let me guess. You're searching for a man named Yojimbo. The Sekisugumi questioned me about him not long ago. Very desperate to find him, they were. I doubt they will receive much help from the populace at present, though. Why, you ask? Surely you've heard. The Kugani wolf burglar has been arrested, despite what the wealthy elite would have you believe. He's no demon deserving of the harshest sentence. If anything, he's a hero to the downtrodden, having shared his spoils with the least among us. If you ask me, the Sekisugumi ought to take a closer look at the merchants he targeted, Akibono in particular. Has been at the center of many dark rumors. Anyway, in light of the wolf burglar's detainment, many are less than willing to aid the Sekisugumi in their activities, and unfortunately, if they suspect you to be working with them, you too may find your overtures rebuffed. Surubami? Oh! You're also pursuing that Yojimbo fella? The Sekisugumi were asking after him the other day. I'll tell you what I told them. I've never heard of the man. And just between you and me, even if I did know something, I don't know if I would want to tell them. You know the Kugani wolf burglar? The one they locked away? Rumor has it they intend to inflict upon him terrible punishments for his so-called crimes. Madness, I tell you. Madness! Every single one of the burglar's victims were among the most notorious scoundrels of the city, greedy merchants with no scruples whatsoever. What's more, everything he stole he gave to the poor and needy, and yet they decry him as a villain. Fools. Okay, so we're going to be rescuing the wolf burglar. Haven't tried the hair tonic yet, huh? Might be good for a laugh. I see. And what have you learned, Glenn? Yeah, apparently a certain Lupin is rather well loved. Huh. I had no idea the plight of the wolf burglar weighed upon the minds of so many. What exactly did they say? Apparently he's Robin fucking Hood. A hero to the poor and downtrodden? A criminal who simply gave away his hard-won spoils? This is all quite unexpected. But whatever aspersions they may cast upon his victims, the law is the law. Even disreputable merchants are deserving of fair and equitable treatment. To ignore their plight is to let the mob decide their fate. That said, to hear that some may withhold information in protest is cause for concern. As a man of the Sekisugumi, I cannot help but feel conflicted. If I may, Shiguri, it may be best to dress in less conspicuous clothing, at least for the time being. I hate to say it, but that is a sensible suggestion. Surprisingly, perhaps I should make use of my old kimono. Yet, even if I were to do so, my face is already known. They would mark me as a Sekisugumi, and perhaps even resent my attempts to deceive them. I've got an idea. Why not ask the wolf burglar? If he's so popular with the people, who knows what secrets they've told him? Ask the wolf burglar? Did that idea come from Nashu? If both he and Yojimbo had designs on the Saburo Sukihiro, then it's possible they might know one another. Well done, Nashu. I was but a mere moments from reaching the self-same conclusion. It's settled then. Let us go and question the prisoner without further delay. Greetings and welcome, comrade. I might have a moment of your time. By ascertaining the whereabouts of the fugitive Yojimbo, we wish to speak with the Kugani wolf burglar. Will you permit us to enter? Certainly. Shiguri will aid you in investigation. Follow me. Strangely cooperative. Trust you're enjoying our hospitality. I'm bearing questions. Questions, eh? For little old me, you say? Following your arrest, the Ronin Yojimbo absconded with the Saburo Sukihiro. You stole from Master Akebono. He remains at large. We have reason to believe the sword was his objective all along. Given that it was yours as well, I thought you might know something of the man and his motive. Everyone knows that sword's worth a bloody fortune and then some. Finding a buyer for a masterpiece is as famous as the Saburo Sukihiro, especially after word of its theft was spread far and wide. Well, good luck with that, says I. Why, they'd surely have to avail themselves of the services of certain disreputable folks with whom I happen to be intimately acquainted. I'd be happy to introduce you lot as soon as you set me free. What? Absolutely not. It's out of the question. Not really. We've got nothing more to discuss. Best be on your way. Ha ha ha. Now, Shigure. Let us not be too quick to judge. If the goodly men and women of Kugani are willing to trust in his good intentions, then perhaps we should as well. An awful lot of people were willing to vouch for his character. What they say is true. It'd be wrong to see him hanged. I would propose to my superiors that you be temporarily released into our custody for the purposes of our investigation. Should you abide by the terms of our arrangement, you may receive leniency. What say you? I'd say he's going to run like crazy as soon as he's out. I say you've got yourself a deal, Baldy. Will they even consider my proposal, though? The deliberations alone may prove time-consuming if they refuse. Remind me, Nashu, do you have that hair tonic on you? I sure do, Inspector. Now's as good a time as ever to try it, don't you think? This is so going to turn him into a wolf. Here? In this gowl? Well, far be it from me to refuse. Remember to use the whole bottle, my good man. Pour it over your head until not a single drop remains. Yeah, I remember this. office. That seems rather wasteful, but if you insist. I feel strange, like my scalp is... Oh. Why, they're coming. Shiguri, are you all right? I heard you shouting. And turn and flex and shake and blah, blah, blah. Perfection! Rejoice, my goodly burglar. As I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have liberated you from your unjust imprisonment. They can hang the zombie all day. Now see here, Inspector. Huh? Just go with it. What happened? Has the prisoner escaped? They're not that bright. Still in a cell, I see. But what in the world was that blinding light? A thousand pardons. One of my associates was carrying small explosives, one of which detonated unexpectedly. I, of course, bade her take the others outside immediately, for safety's sake. I believe that explains that. Yes, right then, if you'll excuse me. Huh. Ah, yes, of course. Very good. Wait, when did Shiguri regrow his hair? Much to answer for, Japan. I'm tempted to do all this in Japanese, but whatever. How we managed to escape undetected, I have no idea. I can but pray that our ruse will remain intact. The wolf burglar led the others into the waterways below. We should follow. Uh-huh. Whoops. Wrong way. All right. I don't know where I jumped off. I do believe that was where I jumped off. There. Can't get in there. exactly am I supposed to get over there? Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, I went the right way to begin with. Okay. The Wolf Burglar. Been down here before? If so, you might have met my friends already. A contemptible lot, all Kugani's cast-offs. If anyone's heard a peep from your quarry, it'll be them. Come on then, don't be shy. So I haven't been down here. I kind of powered through Stormblood. Oh, you're looking well for a rat bastard. Takes a wolf to know a rat, huh? What do we owe the pleasure? And more importantly, how do you slip free of the Sekisugumi noose? With my dashing good looks and my silver tongue, how else? But never you mind that. I need information, Koju. Do you now? Or is the Sekisugumi at your shoulder the one asking questions? No need to give the lad a hard time. He did right by me, and I mean to return the favor. Eh? You mean you're helping him? You gone mad? Well, even if I have, it's nothing you and yours need to worry about. Worry your pretty little heads over. Give us a hand and we'll get out of your hair. Wolf's honor. They're not a bad bunch, really. Most tried to make it living on the straight and narrow. Some even had a mind to join the Sekisugumi like you, but were found wanting for one reason or another. When honest work's no longer an option, that leaves the other sort. The dangerous, the disreputable, the dirty. Somebody's got to do it, and so these industrious souls pick up the slack. Maybe they're not the cream you'd prefer to hobnob with, but while you're in their company, I'd ask that you comport yourselves with a modicum of civility. I should like to believe I've done just that. You'll forgive me if I've given you any reason to think otherwise. See, fast friends we all are. Right then. We're after a bloke that goes by the moniker of Yojimbo. Heard tell of the man? Yojimbo? No, can't say that rings a bell. Oi, any of you fella know the name of Yojimbo? Yeah, they're full of crap. Well, there you have it. Might be different if he had a bounty on his head. What did he do anyway? Piss in the Bigo's rice porridge? Ha, if only. Stole the Saburo Sukihiro he did. Bugger me, that's a beauty. Wonder why, though. Finding a buyer even through the black market would be a challenge and a half. If he'd even put out the word he was looking, we'd have heard about it by now. Come all this way and leave with nothing. Here, let's not call it a day just yet. Assuming this Yojimbo didn't steal the sword for the challenge, there's only two reasons he'd take it. To sell it or to keep it. And it's not about the money, then I doubt if his first prize or his last. He's sounding a lot more like Greg. Hark! My keen inspector's sense whispers and speaks. Of a thieving collector of swords. Yes, there can be no mistake. Aye, what he said, I suppose. If he's a collector, then only the best will do. Which means his next target might be, I don't know, the Ami no Murakumo? Wait, the Ami no Murakumo? But I thought that was nothing more than a fairy tale. You mean to say the fabled sword of Eld actually exists? Yeah. A giant kami tried to kill me and my friends with it, but I deflected it with a blow. I did not, actually. But, I'll take the credit for it. I'm in the company of Hildebrand. You take credit for all you can. You what? I have so many questions, but first, where did all this happen? Red Kojin? Hal's been the Kojin of the Red's treasure vault, eh? If that's the case, then seems to me you ought to continue your search in the Ruby Sea, no? Yes. Might be the best place for us to look. In that case, let us brook no further delay and hit the Ruby Sea at once. Uh-huh. Shoe. I can't wait to get back out there. I can enjoy the sun and the surf. Uh-huh. It's like I said, they have good hearts, each and every one of them. Sometimes fate deals you a bad hand and you've got no choice but to make the most of it. Okay. To think that the Ami no Mirakumo is not only real, but that it was brought to bear against you and yours by a kami of unfathomable strength. That's pretty fathomable. In any event, we now know where we might search. The Ruby Sea. Before we leave, however, there's a matter of great import which I must attend. Well, perhaps great import is something of an overstatement. I speak of the inspector's early advice concerning my garments. Yeah. Oops, wrong one. Truly, there is no rest for the righteous, or whatever term one might use to describe Hildebrand, Heliodor, Maximilian Vanderbilt. All set for another trip into the glittering westward expanse? I know I am. Let us hop aboard the next ferry to the Ruby Price and wait for Shigure there, as he requested. Come along. Okay, off to the Ruby Sea. You would pick a place that's hard to get in and out of. I guess it's kind of the point. Come on, Carbuncle. We may have to whack some Kojin. Again. That should do. Shoe. All right. Okay. Oh, it's Shigure. Over here. Over here. By the kami! I thought you were someone else at first. Well, since it was suggested that I should wear something other than Other than the garments of the Sekisugumi for a time, I paid a visit to Kogani Dori and purchased something completely unlike my usual attire. It's quite the change, but very much for the better, if I do say so myself. I didn't realize you could be so fashionable. Fashionable? Please, Nashi, you give me too much credit. I'll say that get up to those Zori. I didn't see that cut. I don't see that becoming a trend. Couldn't afford new shoes, huh? Not that it matters. We didn't come to mess about, eh? We've got a collector to catch, assuming he's after the Ami no Murakomo. And we've got to get to the Isle of Zeki. Any ideas? Yeah. By air or by underwater passage, eh? A bit more tricky than I thought. Without the blessings of the Kojin, the latter seems almost impossible. What about that bird of yours, Montoro? Was it? After what the inspector did to him? Ha! He'll be keeping a wide berth, I reckon, assuming he's even fit to fly. It was a somewhat traumatic experience for all involved, aye. Forgive me my bluntness, my wolfish compatriot, but it occurs to me that we have yet to hear your motives for attempting to steal the Saburo Tsukihiro from Master Akebono. Did not Koju say that selling such a blade would be extraordinarily difficult? It's not stealing to take back what was stolen. That black-hearted bastard Akebono prized it from the hands of its rightful owner. Oh. He was a humble samurai who lived a humble life devoid of most luxuries. A righteous man who'd never turn his back on those in need. Certainly not a young Lupin boy who'd fled Doma during the occupation. The two lived as father and son with few comforts save each other's company. And then one day, a merchant came calling, asking after the samurai's sword, asking him to part with his one prized possession. But a sword is a samurai's soul, and he'd sooner die than sell it, even for a fortune. But the merchant, he's not the sort to go quietly into the night. He changed tack and worms his way into the samurai's affairs. Small sums at first, but bigger and bigger. Before he knows it, the samurai owes the merchant a veritable mountain of coin, and so he pledges his blade as collateral. The samurai worked day and night to reclaim his honor, but while strong in spirit, he was weak in body. He fell sick, and soon after passed away, leaving his Lupin charge alone in this unjust world. Oh, it's your sword. All this time, you were only... He left Kogani for a time and returned years later from Yangsha, having learned the ways of the shinobi, that he might honor his adoptive father by helping others as he had helped him as a child. A chivalrous guise for a personal vendetta, perhaps more than anything. He yearned to reclaim the samurai's sword, the last surviving memento of his time together, that he might wear it with pride. Huh, okay. All this time, Master Akebono was your main objective. When you broke into his shop in the Rakuza district, you were searching for the Saburo Tsukihiro. You kept a close eye on him, even as you continued to target other disreputable merchants, that you might drive him to take additional measures to protect the sword, knowing that in so doing, he would eventually reveal its location. Then it's settled. The Saburo Tsukihiro must be returned to its rightful owner. Hey, if it's so hard for people to reach the Isle of Zeki, how was your Jimbo planning to get there? That I do not know, but regardless, if he was headed there, someone must have noted his passing. I say we question the pirates of Sakazuki and see if any have observed a traveler resembling Yojimbo of late. We're of the same mind, Shiguri. To Sakazuki. Post haste. Yeah, take credit for stuff again, Helmy. Okay. Now, I am going to take a bit of a break. Oops. As stated, bit of a break because I'm hungry.